Everybody knew about Jesus. He has the power to overthrow the demons. Not only had power over demons, though, he had power over diseases. And there are multiple instances in the gospel account how Jesus heals diseases. In Mark chapter 1, you start with verse 29, and you see that he heals Peter's mother-in-law. But I want us to go back and read verses 32 through 34 once again. A portion of this was seen, of course, in the reading that we had just a while ago. But in Mark chapter 1, beginning with verse 32, it says that evening, at sundown, they brought to him all who were sick and oppressed by demons. Remember, word had spread. And then after word had spread of him casting out a demon, he heals Peter's mother. And so, since everyone is hearing about this power that Jesus has, they bring people that are sick to him. And the whole city gathered together outside the door. How would you feel if the whole city turned out and stood outside your door, waiting for an opportunity to get in, or an opportunity for Jesus to come out? What did that be like? But these people had heard about the power of Jesus. And so it says then in the next verse, and he healed many who were sick with various diseases and cast out many demons. And he would not permit the demons to speak because they knew him. What power? Various diseases. Not just heal a fever of Peter's mother-in-law, but whatever the disease was, Jesus healed it. Can you imagine having that power? Today we have some amazing medical breakthroughs. Doctors can do some tremendous things. I remember the first time we watched an MRI. Our daughter was born in Brazil, and she has some mental challenges, mental difficulties, and has been through a lot. And they were doing an MRI. And we had the privilege of standing and watching the images as they were coming through. And the technician was pointing out this, and this. We're just looking at it like, how can you tell that? But they knew what they were doing. It was obvious. How can we do things like that? Jesus didn't have opportunities available to him, the medical facilities. But he can heal all of those different types of diseases. That's powerful, isn't it? And so Mark tells the people, Jesus has the power to control demons, and he has the power to control diseases and to heal people. Not only that, but he also is able to control nature. Able to control nature. In Mark chapter 4, there's a story that's told there of Jesus calming the sea. And then there are other instances as well. But let's look at Mark chapter 4 for a minute. Verses 35 through 41 starts out there, and on that day, when the evening had come, he said to them, let's go across to the other side. Many times Jesus and his disciples traveled back and forth across the sea. And sometimes the people would also get in boats and go to the other side, or they would travel around the sea in order to get where Jesus was going. And so Jesus says, let's go across. And leaving the crowd, they're leaving a crowd, which is kind of interesting. He's already got this mass of people there ready to listen. But remember, as he points out back in chapter 1, he needed also to go to